this is a big rich town. I just come from the post.
All right, everybody, it's the Sunday Morning Breakfast presents the Power Review Show, episode 307, titled Don't Go. It's the Sunday Morning Breakfast Crew. Check us out every Sunday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. only on Soundcast.fm and Facebook Live on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Sunday Morning Breakfast. We just finished watching Power. Once again, episode 307. After last week's unbelievable episode where there were so many twists and turns, we find Ghost in his new position as apparently Milan's bitch now. So he's working for Milan. Let's just be clear. That's pretty much the case now. So we're seeing Ghost get acclimated to what his duties are going to be, but also trying to find an exit strategy out of the whole predicament. And obviously after the breakup with Angie to try to save. And the whole beginning scene where he's laying in bed and Angie's there, and we all could tell
it was a dream sequence. Yes,
it was a bit much or whatever. But so you have that, and now you see the federal what's the word? The federal agents. Excuse me. So you find the agents in a compromising position because now that I think everybody has realized there is a leak within their department. Now each of them are being interviewed. Right. So
what's it called? The Federal Responsibility?
Right. Right. Division. So they're all being interviewed. Obviously, everybody's looking at Angie because of the relationship she had with Greg Knox and that breakup. And so,
and now it's been exposed that she has a relationship with James St. Patrick.
So right. And the fact that she filed the complaint against Agent Knox about the sexual harassment and all that type of stuff. So, first of all, let's get your overall thoughts on this episode. In my opinion, this was just straight up just a setup episode because like you said off air, this means that the next 3 episodes, I believe there's 3 episodes left,
3 episodes left,
should be
ridiculous.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Should be nuts. So what's your thoughts on this episode and how it all panned out?
I miss Lobos. But you know who misses Lobos more?
Ghost. Absolutely.
What?
Yep. Yeah.
This dude, Milan, is badass. Like, we've never seen Ghost in this kind of position in our whole 3 seasons watching this. We've never seen Ghost so vulnerable, so helpless. It's
scared.
ridiculous. So shook.
Right.
I mean, this dude, Milan, is everywhere.
Right. I think Milan is, as everybody knows, is probably the most dangerous person that everybody in that circle have ever encountered.
He's vicious.
There isn't even any debate about it. And the most alarming thing about Milan is he has no care in the world. And for some reason, he's always seems to be a step ahead of Ghost. So Ghost tries to figure out the woman who planted the card on his desk, tries to find out who she is. Come to find out, Milan surprises Ghost and Tasha for dinner with that same woman.
At Tasha's house?
Yeah, at Tasha's house. And he's being very condescending, playing with the kids or touching the kids, saying, "Oh man, family is very important," and knowing that he can off.
What?
I mean, perfect example. So they go to, they go to the spot. Tommy, Milan's crew. Somebody whispers something in Milan's ear. Within 5 seconds, the person's dead. Yeah. One person in Milan's crew is dead.
Strictly to show Ghost who's in charge here.
Absolutely.
It was a complete power play.
Absolutely.
And it worked.
Yeah. You could see Ghost's face. This is not the same type of guy we've been dealing with.
This ain't lovable Lobos.
So yeah, we really do miss Lobos.
Lobos was nice and funny and fruity in the world, but just a nice guy.
Absolutely, yeah.
This, no.
You mentioned Lobos. Now, my thing is, if Lobos was that powerful, and this guy is a barbarian, clearly, I'm trying to figure out what exactly did Lobos have over him that he was silent for that long and not exposing what he's exposing right now.
Well, I think this was planned out longer than we thought.
Oh, of
this
course.
whole thing with the Serbian, Milan had this whole thing planned out.
This
for a very
happened
long
once
time.
they found out that last episode in season 2 when Ghost killed the Serb. This happened since then.
Yes. Right. I don't know if it's anything. Excuse me. I don't know if there was anything Lobos had over Milan, but
I would love to know what it was because this guy
it was
clearly
it didn't become Milan's issue until that Serb got killed.
Right.
That's it.
That's when it became an issue. I don't know I don't think it was necessarily anything Lobos had on him. It was just that he ruined Milan's connect.
in New York.
So it's safe to say that if I guess Ghost didn't fire him or say his businesses were no longer needed, then he still would have been undercover.
No, because I'm pretty sure he
over
would
time he would have had to reveal it.
There had to have been a revelation. I mean, you know,
The cheap firing sped things up a bit, yes, but please.
Yeah.
I think once he found out whether it was from James Fitzpatrick or from somewhere else, once he finds out that Lobos is dead, then he's making his move. Then he's taking over. So, you know, listen, he's a ruthless dude. And, you know, the funny thing now is that we thought this whole Tommy and Ghost situation, when they came back together, you thought it was going to be, all right, man, they're going to work together. It's going to be a great thing like we first saw in season 1. Not at all.
No, I mean, again, Tommy's been number 1 since Ghost has been out of the game.
Right.
So now that Ghost is back, do you think Tommy going back to 1A or 2 like that? Like, it's not going to happen, especially the ego Tommy has.
Right. There's a lot of pushback from Tommy, especially Ghost is trying to finagle the situation and trying to get out of it. So far, he has to do what Milan says. I mean, that's just what just the matter.
Tommy want to be resistant.
Right. He says, I'm going to handle it myself. I don't care what you think. I've taken the lead ever since you went away, so I'm going to handle it my own way.
I hate to say he going to mess around and join Holly if he don't cut the shit. I'm telling you right
and
now. He's got to stop.
I thought it was going to be today. I thought it was going to be
I definitely thought.
this episode because, you know, they capture him and they start beating him up, and the person on the balcony says, kill him. Mm-hmm. So they proceed to start beating him up, and then Milan shows up, notices, listen, you know what, you might be a benefit to us after all.
It's not even that. Milan also realizes, you're going to be in more pain alive.
Yeah.
Like, that's the evil of, like, I
That's
won't
the
even kill you. I
craziest
won't
part.
even give you, I won't even take you out of your misery.
Right. And Tommy's in a space where he's a little bit well, not a little bit. He's really unstable.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Because 1, he's Tommy. 2, he lost Holly, and now 3.
And now he's found out he's lost his kid.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Tasha.
Yeah, right. Tasha revealed to Tommy that Holly was pregnant.
4, he probably thinks now that Ghost told Tasha everything when he didn't.
Well,
Right.
you know why he doesn't know that? Why he doesn't feel that way? Because Tasha was like, oh, did you chase her away? Blah, blah, blah. It's not like Tasha came out and was like, oh, she's dead.
Right.
So that kind of realized. So in that regard, Tommy realized, all right, she's bullshitting. So.
Right.
But forget all that. The most important thing Tommy took from that conversation was
She's pregnant.
Holly's pregnant.
Right, which he did not know whatsoever. And so you see him when he was captured, he was talking to her, drinking at the same spot they buried her. So, you know, I just want to see where Tommy goes from here. After the altercation with the Serbians, getting beat up, getting hammered, or whatever, I wonder what direction he goes now. Because maybe this kind of makes him realize, you know what, maybe me and Ghost got to come together and figure things out. But before then, Tommy is a loose cannon.
To say the least.
To say the least. Very loose cannon. Also, now you see Angie. So Angie's being interviewed, as all the other agents are. And so you kind of see the other agents kind of point their fingers at Angie and saying, you know, there was a relationship.
You realize how messed up this agency is.
Everybody's out for self.
It's a cesspool.
What?
Well, everybody has their own agenda. So, for instance, Greg Knox obviously feels heartbroken. All right. He was smashing.
And he was also betrayed by Angie.
Absolutely.
And he was also almost killed.
Right. And so he feels like, you know what? There's a motive there. First person I'm looking at is Angie. So he has a motive. He has an agenda. Then you have Saldivar, who is
the mole.
Who is the mole.
Yes.
But obviously is going to say, you know what? The perfect person to point at is going to be Angie. And then you have the other agent who was what was the person? Copper Sacks, right? Where in his interview, they're revealing that they have a lot of information on him. They don't reveal what it exactly is. But you can see in his demeanor and his face that it's something he doesn't even want to get back into or even talk about. So then he proceeds to point the finger at Angie.
Right.
So Angie's in this wild goose chase trying to clear her name now, you know, which we mentioned a couple reviews ago. I think she put herself in too deep.
Clearly.
You know, I mean, whatever she felt what was going on between her and Ghost, you know, let's not forget the interviewing lead agent, female agent, who was kind of playing mind games with everybody, especially her. They have this little conversation.
She was
about
vicious, actually, but she was smart and cunning.
Right. Because she knows how it works as far as being the only female or one of the few females to be in an all-male dominated agency like that. Right. So she kind of understands. She even said, you turn 40, they become Helen Keller, you know.
Yeah.
So she knows
you can't use your looks anymore to get your way, etc.
Right. And so what are your guys' thoughts on, you know, what's Angie's what might be her strategy now. We saw that she confronted Tasha about the whole hotel visit with Ghost. That was a little bit of a, we got up off our seats to see that conversation. But now it seems like she's just trying to make sure she has the real Mo so she could clear her name.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Yo, this has become about survival.
Right.
For pretty much everyone involved. Whatever your agenda is, that's secondary. Right now, this is about survival. So she's going to do what she has to do, and that includes confront Tasha and Ghost.
Right.
And she did that. And shout out to Tasha again, yo. Tasha.
It's something about this season, man.
I'm not a big Tasha guy, but week after week, she gets me. Week after week, yo, again, she held Ghost down, regardless of everything with him or whatever. She looked for a minute. You thought, oh, man, she's going to say that, Ghost, blah, blah, blah. Nope, she held Ghost down. The only thing weak about her was her right hand to Tariq. What was that about?
I guess he was taking some karate classes.
Girl, it was so slow motion, I saw it, okay? He could have blocked her 8 times.
You literally told him to duck while it was
exactly.
happening.
I'm going to slap you in about 3.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
Watch out.
Right. And look at Tariq, too. I mean,
Tariq is out of line this episode, boy. What?
Oh, when he made that comment about the side chick to Ghost? And Ghost lifting him up. And I don't even know why Ghost felt a sense of regret. I mean, I don't feel there was anything wrong with that. You got to sometimes put
Because he swore to himself that in episodes before he wouldn't put his hands on his child.
Well, he didn't put his hands on him. He just kind of like,
he
He almost
definitely
blacked out.
yoked him, yo.
He almost blacked out.
He could have hung him up on a clothes hanger. Like, he definitely yoked him.
I don't see anything wrong with that. You ain't talking
I'm not
about
saying that.
No, he
that there's
controlled
something wrong
himself.
with it.
Right.
He was before he got carried away. He decided, you know what? Let me chill.
Hey, I've never seen him that angry with his kid.
Tariq is getting out of hand,
But
though.
Tariq is definitely reckless. I think he dropped the F-bomb on Tasha early in the episode.
Yeah.
Loose lip.
Then side bitch to your daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's true, boy.
I wish I would have
He
hit
knows what's
JP
going
Henry
on.
with some side bitch talk. What?
He knows exactly what's going on. That's the
It'd be a
thing.
rest in peace T-shirt doing this review with y'all.
Going too soon.
What? Can you imagine?
So Angie's in this chase to kind of clear her name, trying to, and then you kind of see Ghost. He needs money. So the predicament is he has to pay Milan, but he was also going to invest
Use some
in
money for the whole club.
the whole club situation. Come to find out, he didn't have enough, and Tasha wasn't willing to front him the money at all.
Yeah.
And so this is just it's closing in on him. One thing he does say is Milan showed a weakness
That I can exploit.
and I don't know if you caught it. I don't know. I didn't catch it.
Man, listen, I'm no one's ghost.
girl.
Right, exactly.
I'll find out at 2 episodes after. Oh,
Tatiana.
that's what he meant.
right.
Tatiana.
You think it's Tatiana?
Tatiana.
What in terms of
He
what?
has some type of endearment with Tatiana. The reason why he went that hard to actually save her and use her, but he's putting her in harm's way, and Ghost is going to use that.
I don't know. I mean,
He showed concern for Tatiana.
Because his whole thing is, I don't care about anyone. He didn't care about the dude that Ghost killed from last season or whatever. So if there is a person that he does love, therein will lie a weakness. You could have a point there. with that.
she's fine though.
You could have a point
She
with
is
that.
fine, yeah.
Like one of them Russian mail order. Anyway,
Yeah,
the point is, yo,
All right.
this is ridiculous right now.
And then we see Kanan back, contacts Dre, trying to figure out what side Andre is playing. Andre's like, listen, I'm inside. I'm in the perfect position. Let me just figure this out. Ghost actually reveals that he's jammed up with the Serbians.
To Andre, yeah, and Andre goes back and tells Kanan.
And so it's funny what Kanan says. He says, Andre tells Kanan, it seems Ghost is scared, and he says, well, a scared ghost is probably your most dangerous ghost. We've seen that's a scared ghost is not a sign of weakness. Because you've seen him last when he was petrified, he ended up offing everybody.
He gave him the card.
Again, besides his killer mentality and all that he can do, it's his mind that keeps him ahead of everyone. It's his mind and his thought process that keeps him alive.
Right.
It just is what it is, man.
It's crazy. So predictions for the next episode. And I know, and it's another thing before we move on though. You got to kill the grandmother for the.
What was that
apartment.
about?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, really.
This sweet old lady, you help her with the groceries. Then the way he killed her too.
And then you're gonna take the Jesus Saves pillow and stuff a face with it. I mean,
what
come
was
on.
the irony in that? But I mean, really.
Was that even worth it?
No,
I
no
think
way.
that was a cliffhanger for another reason. I
No,
don't think
Stars is
necessarily
gonna hear
show
from me
related.
about
Yeah.
that show. You don't kill old
That was
ladies on
a-
my watch.
That
we
was,
kind of the thing is we respected Kanan. We knew he was crazy. We knew he did what he needed to do.
You killing nanas, being
Yeah,
I'm good, so I ain't with it.
I mean, you're
I'm
killing.
not with it.
You're killing young jocks out there. You got to relax, man. You got to leave that alone. I mean, we knew it was gonna happen, but I mean, come on, you didn't have an offer like that. All right, so predictions for next episode. Well, I mean, Now it just seems, hopefully we find out what that weakness Ghost noticed in Milan. And hopefully we kind of see what Angie's plan is into clearing her name. So what are your predictions for the next episode?
Well, I mean, obviously from the preview that we saw, you saw Ghost and Angie in a car together.
Right.
So they're putting something together,
Right.
I assume. See what happens with Tommy and Ghost, their relationship
Right.
going forward. And, of course, Kanan's plan,
Right.
some of it will be revealed. So now you got to understand, these are the last 3 episodes. So there's not going to be a weak episode amongst them.
Right,
They're
right.
all going to be cliffhanger episodes. So
Right.
I think all the questions we've had all year, what's Kanan's plan? What is he trying to do? And, again, keep your eye on Tariq. Tariq ain't this damn bad
Right.
for him to be happily ever after by the time the season ends.
Right.
Keep your eye on him. I can see him being kidnapped or something. I'm not saying they're going to kill a kid character.
Right.
But I can see him being kidnapped or ransom up or something
Right.
like there's something about his situation.
Because there's one thing about Tommy and Ghost and that's the well-being of Ghost's kid. I mean, although Tommy is not, their father, he loves them
Still
just as
an
much
uncle
as
character, yeah.
just as much as Ghost does. So yeah, that's a unifying.
And that's something I was about to say. That's something to get all of them together. Tasha, everybody, all of them together.
Right. And I don't know. I don't know if that beatdown he received from the Serbs actually changed his mind state, or I don't know if there's going to be a confrontation about the whole, well, does he confront Ghost about finding out that Holly was pregnant?
They walked in their own warehouse and saw their whole team lined up against the wall.
Yeah. I think, like I said, he's going to take responsibility. He's going to be a loose cannon, but he's not going to be a loose cannon. He's going to be crafty. Right. I think that enough is going to be enough because he's taken a lot of heat for Ghost. This beatdown will probably be a defining moment because since when has Ghost really taken any type of rap or beatdown like that for Tommy? It hasn't happened. Ghost is calculated, but still, Tommy is suffering more. Twice.
But that's because
Twice.
Ghost isn't a hothead. Ghost
No,
will listen to instruction. Ghost has been rational.
That I get.
Tommy,
But
Tommy's
Tommy
still
ain't
a
thinking
tough
that.
guy.
Tommy ain't thinking that. Only thing he's going to think that, he's doing all this. He's taking raps. He's been in jail. He's getting his ass kicked. All that stuff is going to come in, but he's going to be crafty. At the end, that's when he's going to confront Ghost about that.
Here's one thing, though, I think we're forgetting, right? Excuse me. Kanan's character, what's Kanan's goal? He wants to take over. He wants to take over Ghost's Connect. He wants to take over Ghost's work. How does that work if his work is the Serbians?
Two options. He's going to either be the person that's actually working with the Serbs ahead of him, or he's going to off Milan and he's going to take over the operation to make Ghost work for him.
But Milan is not.
He's crazy.
Kanan's crazy. Kanan don't give a fuck if Milan eats people. Kanan could give.
Yo,
I mean, you just
that question was crazy.
yeah, right.
Like, why'd you ask dude that?
Right.
Hey, I heard you eat people. So he told me you were stupid, but I didn't know you were this stupid. Like, that was
Listen,
crazy.
If you're willing to kill the grandmother from Family Matters, and then you probably don't care what
a
Milan.
sweet old lady.
You don't care what Milan is willing
Help me
to do.
with these groceries, baby.
So that's another dilemma is where Kanan wants to take over Ghost's work, but then what good is it? Because obviously Ghost wants to get out anyway. He tells Andre, "I'll give you half of everything. I just want to get out." So if Andre's going to work with Kanan to take over Ghost,
I think Dre's
then what's Kanan? How's that interaction between Kanan and the Serbs? Because the Serbs are a lot more powerful than Kanan, no matter whether Kanan is crazy.
Yeah, Kanan's a one-man army, no doubt about it. But these dudes are reckless.
Yeah. We still haven't talked about Jukebox. There's a link somewhere.
Oh yeah, she'll
She's
pop up
very,
again. You
very
got 3
smart.
episodes left.
But the
so look for her
Serbians
to
are
pop up.
everywhere, though. They're in the club.
Somebody's working with somebody.
Jukebox is a cop.
Yeah, somebody's working with somebody.
She's got a gang behind her too.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Don't sleep on Jukebox.
Can't wait for these next 3 episodes. All right, man. It's been the Sunday Morning Breakfast Power Review Show. Check us out every Sunday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Soundcast FM and Facebook Live. Also, subscribe to the YouTube page. Also, send us some emails, sundaymorningbreakfastradio@gmail. This was episode 307, titled Don't Go. For Preach, Bino, The Voice, we are out of here. Thanks for watching. Peace.